Ahoy! Hi, fellow Sagittarians. This is going to be your look ahead for Q1 of 2026, what we can expect. So if your Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, or Venus are in Sagittarius, if you have 3 or more planets or placements in Sagittarius, even if it's not those, 3 or more placements is in a single sign is called a stellium. So if you have a stellium, or if you have a stellium in your 9th house, which is ruled by Sagittarius, even if it's not the sign of your 9th house, but if you have a number of placements there, this could be a reading for you. They are general collective readings, so only you'll know. If it is for you, you'll get some kind of signal from your body, from the universe, that this is something that makes sense for you, that is resonant for you. Not every part of the message is going to make sense to everybody, and that's okay. That does not mean that it's not your reading. If most of it makes sense for you, or even if just one part of it hits, there might just be one piece that really hits. Generally not, though. Good rule of thumb is if you get a couple of minutes in and nothing is making sense yet, I would move along. It's probably not your reading. I would check your other placements for other messages, or perhaps you just might be drawn to me as a reader, and so you might just want to take a look at my backlog of videos and see if anything there sticks out for you. If you would like to book a personal reading where you'll know for sure that everything is for you, you can only do that through my website, which is sealedinthestars.com. I have a variety of readings available, starting my intro tier. I don't really know how to say that. My base one is $22.22. So I try to have options available for as many budgets as possible. So yeah, you can check there if you feel so called. Sorry, this is the 14th. This is the 14th of these that I've done. But wait, Jess, there's only 12 signs. You would be correct, except that I had to do Taurus and Gemini's readings twice each because I recorded them and then they didn't save and then I had to do it again. So this is the 14th time that I am doing this intro. So thank you for your patience while I remember what the fuck to say. Okay, let's talk about what we're actually going to do. So we're going to pull some tarot and some oracle cards. We will look at the first 3 months of 2026, like collectively. What is that energy going to be? We'll use tarot for the expected energy of the time period, and we will use an oracle card for the best way for us to approach that energy, how to best navigate it. Like, what's our advice, what to do. Then we will take a look at each month individually. Then we'll take a look at what's the best use of your energy, like where should you focus to get the most benefit from this time. And then we will also look at some good things that are on their way, what to look forward to, and some potential challenges or hazards to be on the lookout for. And then we will finish up with an oracle card from this, which is the Green Witches Oracle deck. That's what the cards look like. We'll finish with one of these. I am using the same oracle decks for all of the readings. So that one, and then the ones that we'll pull for how to approach the energy is from this deck. This is the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. And then I'm using a different tarot deck for each of the signs, which is a fun way to get to use my collection. For you, Sag, I am using the Eldritch Overload Tarot. It's really fun. It's got some cool holographic stuff on it on the sides now. I always find myself reaching for this deck for Aquarius because it is definitely the most Aquarian deck that I have. It's like cyberpunk. However, I feel bad because they always get that one, so I consciously chose differently for them. But this also really fits the expansive Jupiter energy of Sagittarius. So yes, we're going to use it. I think that's all the intro disclosure stuff. Let's just get into it. I do shuffle very, very thoroughly before I start recording. All right, we're gonna take, nope. Throwing 5 cards overboard. We're gonna pull 1 card at a time, Spirit, 1 card at a time, upside down. And then we'll look at them as we go. Okay, what's 1 card, please, for the overall energy of the first quarter of 2026 for Sagittarians? 1 card for the overall energy for our Saggies. Okay. And then let's do 1 card for January, please. 1 for February. Ooh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. Thank you. And 1 for March. Okay. And then we're gonna pull some Oracle. Sure, Spirit. Great time to talk about something. If you are newer to cartomancy, which is divination through cards, the difference between tarot and oracle. Tarot is always going to be the same set of 78 cards. Now there are variations on theme. As you can see, I have quite a few. Quite a few. But they are representing the same archetypes and the same journey, and there are many, many layered meanings to the cards, the symbolism, the imagery, all of that stuff. But it is the same set of cards. Oracle decks are newer in terms of when they started being introduced and used for divination, but they don't really follow any particular structure. The cards are assigned meaning by the author instead of tarot, the cards having meanings assigned in general to them already. And then they can decide, theme or whatever, but I find them to be very, very helpful for offering us more specific guidance or specific messages sometimes. So I like to use both. All right. Let's get 1 card for the overall energy for these 3 months for Sag. Please. 1. And then let's do 1 for January. 1 for February. And 1 for March. Thank you. All right, let's take a look. Overall energy. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I replaced the wheels on my chair and now it slides all over the place because the floor in my office is slanted. All right, we have LOL. I'm dead. In case all of my placements essentially are in Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. And we got this card in the Scorpio reading, which is why I'm laughing, because of course. Overall energy, don't freak out. We got the Devil. Ha 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 ha. That's okay, don't worry. It's all in how you handle it. It's all in how you approach it. So the Devil represents our it's the stuff that keeps us down. It's a prison of our own making. So this is usually represented by, or the way that it shows up, I should say, the way how it actually shows up is negative self-talk, toxic behaviors, addictive behaviors, obsessive, like being obsessive about anything, All of those energies are energies related to the devil. And so Scorpio got that working on these things, working through them and releasing them would be kind of the best use of our energy for these 3 months. So I'm not surprised to see in the Sagittarius reading that this energy coming up for what we're going to be dealing with for this time period. So there's no bad cards. There's no bad cards in tarot. Even the ones that feel concerning are bringing you enormous help. And as Spirit likes to say a lot lately, opportunities, right? They're drawing our attention to something that's really important so that we don't get stuck in these cycles, so that we don't and then that, you know, I'm not looking at that, and then we miss the exit, and now we have to take another fucking loop on this lesson, whatever that particular lesson is on the lesson highway. You want to get off. You want to get off on the exit ramp, go somewhere new. And looking at things honestly, looking at those patterns, seeing how you can release them, how you can work through them, like facing that head on and doing that work is really, really beneficial. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it is super beneficial. And right now we are still in the energy of 2025. The energetic new year starts in the spring. So the new year starts when when nature comes alive again. So we're still in these like dark planning, strategizing, releasing months. Pardon me, burps are confirmations. So it's a really opportune time to take this dark time, to look at the darkness within us and to figure out how to transmute some of that and work through that. All right, let's see what the oracle says as far as how should we best approach this time period. What's the best advice for us or attitude for us to have? Okay, this deck has maybe 50 or 60 cards, but I've only ever, and I've used it a fair amount. I got this also in the cards for cards, so back in October, but like the very beginning of October. This was one of the first decks that came, if not the first one. And I've used it a bunch, but I only end up drawing like the same 20 cards. And in fact, we've had a stalker card in this series as well. Didn't come out in Libra or Scorpio, but it came out in like 10 of the others. Or 9 of the others, something like that. No, 10 because I had to redo it. Anyways, focus. Get all excited and go off on all these other tangents. I have not seen this card yet, so I love that for us. This says, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Amen to that. Also, look how moody this card is. A lot of these cards are like really bright, light watercolors. I like how kind of moody that is. It goes along with this devil energy. But yeah. There's plenty of other benefits and motivation to doing this kind of work. I mean, most top of the list is that now you're coming from a more aligned place energetically to have good experiences and do the things that you want and have the things that you want and all of that stuff. It's like that's plenty of motivation enough. But then they're like, if you want a little more motivation, yeah, there is nothing sexier than somebody living their authentic truth. So, I like that they want that to be like a little motto that's like running in the background for you. It's like, all right, every time you're running into a moment when this seems challenging, they're like, you can just tell yourself, it's just making me that much sexier. I'm just getting that much sexier. Although I genuinely believe, like, and have seen it happen, I see it happening currently with people I know. As you do this, like, shadow work, the work, I keep doing that because of the whole, like, spiritual community kind of overplays some of these things. I feel like that's one of them. but I am seeing firsthand people that are aging in reverse, getting hella sexier as they are working on themselves, healing themselves. So great. Okay, let's talk about, that's the overall for these 3 months. Work on releasing the things that don't serve you and embrace your authenticity and embrace feeling good about yourself and in your spirit and in your body. And it's like, yeah, that's great. Okay, let's talk about January. What about January? Ooh, okay, we have the Lovers. Sorry, I'm trying to I can see if I can show you the holographic foil. All right, the Lovers. Contrary to popular belief, the Lovers is not, it's not a romance card. It's not, it would be incorrect to say that it is not a card that it has nothing to do with love, because that's not true. But it is not the ooh, love card. That's the Two of Cups. The Lovers has to do with choices, usually challenging choices or difficult choices, often in the area of love. So, hang on, what do you mean? I have to get the wheels turned sideways so I don't drift as much. Okay, how could this manifest for you? So this could be, this could be as straightforward as having to make a choice between two situations, between two people. It could be in a romantic context, but it doesn't have to be. This could be deciding whether or not to take a new job. This could be whatever. The choice, the challenging choice, is going to be specific to you. And I don't get those details because this is a collective reading. They just give me the general kind of overall feeling and not the specifics. But let's see, what's the best way for you to approach this decision making? When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Yeah, so that's really, ironically, in a card about peace, that's really screaming about being mindful of your alignment while you are working through this energy. While you're making these decisions, if there's, there's some big choice to be worked on or some big choice to make. And now that could also be, that's interesting, thank you. It might not be as direct as actually choosing between two people for some of you. For some of you, it could just be choosing to let go of the idea of somebody, or choosing to not invest so much of your brain power and energy and thoughts into somebody. Doesn't necessarily have to be you being I don't choose you. It could just be a decision that you make internally. I'm hearing that. But the most important thing being that when you are making those choices, when you're contemplating that, when you are having those conversations, before you take any action, to make sure that you are in alignment. So what does that feel like? That feels good. That feels good. That being in energetic alignment feels good. It feels peaceful. It feels enthusiastic. It feels eager and hopeful. Did I say hopeful already? I think I did. They want to say that again. And because you take the time and consciously decide to move from a space of alignment, I don't know, maybe meditate before you decide to work on figuring out a solution to this problem. But because you're coming from a place of alignment, no, you don't have to meditate to be aligned. It does help. Your peace won't be disrupted because you'll know that you're coming, that it came from the right place. You'll know that that was the energy of what you needed to do, and therefore you will be peaceful with whatever happens. It's you really can't make the wrong choice as long as you are tapped into your inner self or to higher source, if that's what's more comfortable for you. I have an abundance ritual going in the background for someone, and one of the flames just got really high. That's always a confirmation when something like catches my eye like that. Great. I love that for us. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about February. What's the energy for February? Yeah, I'm jazzed. I'm really enjoying. I'm really gratefully enjoying the readings that are coming for my signs, because the last couple of years has been a lot, friends. Okay, so overall energy for February is Queen of Wands. Yeah. Well, this piggybacks on top of that really well, because the Queen of Wands is very confident, she's optimistic, she's positive, she's powerful, she is ambitious, but in a way that is not entirely self-serving. Like, ambitious is, you know, it is self-aimed emotion. Anyways, let's not get stuck on that, Spirit. Thank you. She's very fiery, passionate. So Wands is the element of fire, but it's like, yeah, she's passionate, creative, outgoing. So this is a great, especially for February. I mean, February usually feels like hermiting and sad, and at least traditionally for me. I will absolutely embrace Queen of Wands energy for February. And it makes sense piggybacking off of this work that we're doing in January, right? We made this decision from an authentic place, and because of that, we're feeling really confident. We're feeling strong in our decisions. We're feeling powerful. It's also opened up some room because we've made some kind of hard choice, and in the overall energy of the devil, we're letting go of things and moving through things that no longer serve us and connecting to our authenticity. And so all of that is going to start to build momentum, and that would kind of manifest as this Queen of Wands energy. So I love that for us. Plus the card about getting sexier. Like, the Queen of Wands, she's the, would she be the sexiest card? I mean, I guess if you had to pick like a sexiest card, she would be it, because Wands is the energy of fire and passion. Yeah, so that goes great. So you're feeling hot. Love that for us. All right, what's the, how should we approach February? All of this Queen of Wands energy, what should we do about that? Yes, I am the dreamer of my dream. Yes. Manifester, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Queen of Wands, she's a manifester. She, like I said, she's ambitious. She's a go-getter. So yeah, you're the dreamer of your own dream, and you are seeing that come to light. You are using that energy and using these steps and this power, I'm gonna say, that you're accumulating by doing this work for yourself. And it really starts to come together in a way that feels great in February. Man, I haven't been this excited for February in a long time. Let's go. Let's look at March. We got this in the Scorpio reading too. how you know they're so connected, at least via me, right? Because I have many placements in Scorpio and many in Sagittarius. We got the Death card for March. I love this. Well, it is Scorpio energy, if that resonates for you. Wait, let me give you another look. This card is so cool. Okay. So the Death card is a card about endings. It's not about physical death. It's energetically closing of a cycle, starting something new, leaving things behind. And this is a perfect bookend to the work that you're doing, that we were just talking about, the devil, etc., etc. And it's also really aligned with the winter ending and starting the spring equinox. Equinox, however you prefer to say that. I go back and forth. So yeah, so the energy of March is that things are going to be changing. Things are going to be wrapping up, and you're going to be leaving behind some things that don't serve you. And what's the best way to approach that? I think we got this card in the exact same spot in the last reading. Pardon me, in the Scorpio reading confirmation. Thank you. We got this card in the exact same in March. Sorry, I should read it first. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. And yes, I do shuffle these very, very, very thoroughly. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Yeah, I love that. That's really, it really sums up the energy of those 3 months. Also, I forgot to say this in Scorpios, but we did not get the Stalker card. And in fact, we didn't even get anything related to that in this one, which I love for us. And since this is the last one, I can say the Stalker card, I mean, I did say in some of the others. The Stalker card says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. And it came out in 11 of 14. 10 or 11 of 14 it came out in. So a lot of surrendering that needed to be offered. Libras didn't have the exact card, but that had 2 other cards about surrender, so it still kind of was in the same area. All right, let's move along. Let's look at what is the best use of your energy right now, the best use of your focus. Where should you focus? What would be the most aligned energy for you, for the most benefit right now? What do we have here? They really, really enjoy repeating things because the confirmation helps us to be like, oh yes, no, they really meant that. Awesome. Excuse me. So, best use of your energy right now, we have 10 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So I love that it came out in that order because what the best use of our energy right now is closing Death card and the Devil, closing out what is no longer aligned with us. Closing cycles out, leaving them behind. Putting down what doesn't work for us anymore. The 10 of Wands is a very overburdened energy. It's burnt out. So this is about leaving behind the things that make us feel burnt out and leaving behind all of these things that are a drain on our energy, on our person, on our soul, on our conscience. Is leaving all of those things behind and turning our focus to new beginnings. Ace of Wands is new opportunities for Wands represents expansion. So it's like new opportunities for expansion, for creativity, for growth, for passion, for action, adventure. So it's very exciting energy, Ace of Wands. It's really like, woohoo! So the best thing you can do is to focus on closing things out and starting new cycles, leaving things behind that don't serve you and focusing on the things that do excite you and light you up, focusing on those things, having new beginnings in those areas. At the bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Potions. which in this deck is 3 of Cups. So this is the card that represents friendship, community, collaboration, emotional support. So that's why it has the girls. It's like girls' night. So yes, you'll be really supported and you'll benefit significantly from working through these patterns and spending time with people you love, building your friendships, focusing on spending some time in community. That's really going to be a great use of your energy right now. Will really benefit you significantly moving forward. Pardon me. Just a moment. Excuse me. Finally, I'm like almost there. I might even actually be healthy all the way tomorrow or the next day. Okay. What are some good things coming our way? What does Sag have to look forward to? Something to look forward to. Ace of Potions. Another ace. That's wonderful. That's new. This is beautiful new energy coming towards you. Both of the aces. Ace of Potions, Ace of Cups. This is new beginnings in the area of love and connection and feeling emotionally fulfilled. Cups just how Wands represents action, adventure, creativity, passion, all that stuff. Cups as a suit represents our connections. So it's our connections to each other, it's our romantic connections, platonic, it's our connection to ourself, like our connection to our intuition, and it's also our connection to the divine, whatever label that works for you. And so this is new. Sorry, I live in a noisy neighborhood and it's unexpectedly 65 degrees today, so I have the window open because it's so nice. So, sorry if you can hear neighborhood people shouting at each other. Yeah, so you have new opportunities for growth in love and connection, in feeling good, in understanding yourself, in feeling connected to spirit, in feeling like a stronger, this is like a new beginning for some of you in being able to harness, to harness your intuition and be able to use it and understand it more. It's like a deeper connection for you with your intuition for some of you. Well, that is a great feeling, but from personal experience. All right, and then what's one thing to be on the lookout for? Just something we need to keep an eye out for that might pop up. Thank you. We got Page of Potions. So in terms of how this could be a challenging energy for us, in terms of like something we should be, or we could be on the lookout for, is somebody that is sort of immature emotionally, or we need to be mindful for ourselves to not be emotionally immature, to make sure that we are being open-minded, that we are coming from a place of love, from a place of friendship. Just be mindful of like the energy that you're bringing to the table. Yeah. There's there's the potential for it's like there's a potential for people to get lost in an immature view of a situation because you're coming from a place of insecurity. So it's like the way it's coming through right now is just to be really mindful of your point of attraction emotionally. So like the example they're giving me is could be in a friendship context or in a romantic context, but let's just say friendship just for sake of this example. Maybe you don't hear from somebody as frequently as you usually do, or they didn't answer a message or what have you. Instead of taking it personally and assuming that the person's either upset with you or that something else is happening, something bigger is happening, maybe take a moment to consider, to come from the view of a friend from a mature space as well, and be like, oh, maybe life is lifing for that person right now. I will give them some grace and I will reach out to them, and instead of being like, hey, what the fuck, just be like, hey, you've been kind of quiet, you know, you are right over there, you need anything? So just be mindful of the energy that you're like bringing to the table. Okay. That is on that, that is on that. Okay. Then, oh, now we'll do the Green Witch's Oracle. Boop. And I just felt like a boop was necessary there. Okay, well, let's do one card, please. One last message. What do you want to leave our Saggy friends with? What's one last message we need to hear about these 3 months, Spirit? What do we need to know? Oh, I messed it. Sometimes like a corner of a card will stick out, but I don't see it, like I don't get it fast enough before the shuffle passes. Thank you. I just find like if I tell them, hey, I didn't get that, they'll give it to me easier. All right, we got Harvest, Determination, and Hard Work. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was easy. It's the last card. All right, Harvest. Determination, hard work. Harvest time means hard work. It's time to reap the results of sowing and tending, and that usually means a lot of effort concentrated in a short period of time. This time can be just as exhausting as when you sowed your seeds, but it is a necessary part of the successful growing season. Sometimes you might think that it's all about sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's important to appreciate your success, but don't lose your way. The Harvest card directs you to collect your bounty, to recognize your blessings, and to not stop working too early. You're almost there, but you still have things to see through. Work to recoup the energy you previously invested. And then they all have a reflection question, and this one says, are you burning out because of too much hard work too quickly? How can you give yourself support as you reap the bounty of your efforts? Yeah, thank you, Spirit. We love a repeating confirmation. Are you burning out? The 10 of Wands. What are you burning out about? What can you leave? Where can you reinvest your energy? Ace of Wands into something new. Yay. That's so sweet. All right. I love that. All right. Whew. I was nervous until we got through all of them, but yay. Now just to edit and get these ones posted. That is the significantly longer part of this process. Even though these are almost an hour, it takes me almost triple the time to get them edited and uploaded. So thank you for being patient while it has taken me. I think it's been like a week and a half to get these done, but we're there. And I will have more stuff coming soon. I have some more deck interviews that I have some stuff that I've filmed but haven't edited yet, and I hope to get to some of that soon, and just to some more kind of daily collective messages as well. All right, thanks for hanging, pals. I will see you later. Bye.